Now to first alert weather on this Thursday. Emily's in for Steve again today. More of those clouds, Emily, and another day preparing for rain.
Yeah, certainly gloomy out there. We're seeing overcast skies across most of the area and even kind of a misty, hazy type of look, especially for our more southern counties. As we go through today, our temperatures are pretty cool, actually, compared to what we would normally be seeing. By later on, we're expecting those highs to reach into the upper 60s, lower 70s, depending on where exactly in our viewing area that you are. Right now, our temperatures are, again, on the cooler side of things. Up north, some 50s still on the board, and then as we move into the Fox Valley and more south, a lot of us sitting in the 60s. Moving into the rest of today, we are expecting a decent amount of rainfall to push through, and mainly this will be for the second part of the day today. So by early tomorrow morning, I'm expecting most of us to see at least a half an inch, maybe closer to an inch for several of us too. And then for our southernmost tier of counties, you guys could be looking at closer to an inch and a half, if not even making a run for that 2-inch mark. Keep in mind this is on top of what we've already seen through those showers yesterday. Now, one change that's happened just since this morning is that there's been a little bit of an expansion on our severe weather risk. Now we see that slight severe risk, including kind of brushing right up against a few of our counties. Again, that's at level 2 out of 5 on the scale. A couple more of us in that marginal risk, or that level 1 out of 5. We could be looking at some damaging wind gusts, perhaps some hail, and of course that heavy rainfall, all possible threats later on, but I don't expect this to be a major severe event. We'll talk about timing coming up, Aisha. And we're tracking the potential for some rain and thunderstorms through this evening. We'll mainly start to see some showers in the late morning, and then that'll continue to intensify through the afternoon. Again, could be looking at a few strong to severe thunderstorms, mainly going to be concentrated out towards our southwest, but we are kind of right on the edge there, and of course could be seeing a few of those stronger storms. So important to have a way to receive those weather alerts, of course, and we could be seeing some heavy rain with this as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that timing coming up.
Let's talk about weather. 9:19, Emily, some of those showers and storms headed our way. What do we need to know?
Yeah, Aisha, so starting to see a little bit of development as far as the rain starting to move into our area. If we look towards our west, we see this kind of big blob of rain, and now you can see where that development is slowly starting to happen. I do expect that to expand here pretty quickly, and if we zoom in, you can see just in the last little bit that was able to start developing. So I do expect that to spread out more towards the east, and we'll look at the pinpoint predictor in just a second. Another thing you might notice is that our dew point, even though it's better than what we saw this past weekend, is starting to get a little bit sticky again. As we go through the rest of today and into tomorrow, that humidity expected to continuously kind of rise. We're not going to be necessarily as bad again as last weekend, but certainly going to be feeling summer-like. Our temperatures are fairly comfortable. We're still below normal for this time of year, and we're expecting that even with our high temperatures later on today. Up north, you guys will likely see 60s, so really not warming up a whole lot compared to where we are right now. We're kind of sitting right in the middle here in Green Bay, upper 60s, low 70s, kind of just depending on if we're able to sneak any sunshine in. And then as we move south, those warmer temperatures expected closer to the mid to upper 70s. And then we see an overall warming trend as we go into the next several days, 70s, then making it into the 80s by the weekend. Especially on Sunday, we'll be looking at upper 80s, and pair that, of course, with that humidity. We should be seeing some heat index values in the 90-degree range. Still, though, not going to be that dangerous heat that we saw recently. Into the rest of today, this is actually a newer upgrade with this severe weather outlook. So now we have a couple of our counties right on the edge there of that slight severe risk, or that level 2 out of 5. Compare that to the rest, most of the rest of us that are sitting in that marginal severe risk, or that level 1 out of 5. So now let's track out the timing of things. So like I had mentioned, I do expect these showers to start to push through in the next few hours. It's not going to be widespread quite yet, but then by later on today, that's when we'll really see some more development. So for our southernmost counties here, that's where we could be looking at some stronger or severe storms with this development ahead of this main line. And then this main line is expected to start to move in closer to dinner time. As this pushes through, we could see some areas of very heavy rainfall. And of course, that could lead to some flooding concerns, especially for anyone who may have already received a lot of rain with our showers yesterday. As we continue on into Thursday, or tonight rather, and overnight, I'm expecting that line to move through Green Bay and through the Fox Valley closer to around 8 o'clock. And again, some heavy rain and maybe a few stronger thunderstorms mixed in with that as well. Overnight, we'll see a few showers lingering, but overall, we'll see a nicer weekend ahead. Today, overall, scattered showers, like I mentioned, a couple areas of heavy rain, and then a few thunderstorms that could be strong to severe later on. Then here's a look at our Super 7-day forecast. Saturday looking pretty good. We'll see warmer temperatures, more sunshine, and then potentially a couple more thunderstorms from Sunday into Monday.
First Alert Weather with meteorologist Emily Merz is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. For the most durable custom-crafted replacement windows, go now to RBAWBAY.com.
Well, a little gloomy out there today. More rain looks like it'll be in our forecast for later on. Meteorologist Emily Merz has your First Alert forecast.
Yeah, Cami. So we're seeing a little bit of rain now making it into our area. And one thing that has changed a bit with the forecast compared to earlier today is that we have a little bit of dry air that's a little higher up off of the surface. That's making it a little difficult for these showers to really sustain themselves as they're pushing into our viewing area. So if you were expecting that rain and you haven't received it yet, just wait. We will see some more rain later on today when this becomes a little bit more organized, but it looks like we won't necessarily have those pop-up showers that we were originally thinking. In the temperature, in talking about temperatures, we're going to be seeing most of us in the 60s and warming towards the 70s now. We're not going to change a whole lot as we go through the day because of those overcast conditions. We're really just going to be hanging out a little bit below normal. Another thing that's changed a bit since this morning is this severe weather outlook. That area that has that 2 out of 5 risk, or that slight severe risk in yellow, that has extended a little bit. So now a few of our counties are now included in that area, especially going to be concerned about flooding potential and damaging winds. We'll talk a little bit more about those details coming up. Cami? And we do have a flood watch now in effect for a couple of our counties, mainly going to be concentrated more towards central Wisconsin. That area already has received a lot of water and will be receiving more of it. So certainly be aware of any flash flooding or instances of urban flooding. Also could see some severe weather. We'll talk more about that coming.
Merz is joining us now with First Alert Weather as we anticipate rain. Nothing severe like that, Emily.
Yeah, certainly nothing to that extent, but some rain, some thunderstorms pushing into the area, and that'll likely impact us as we get into the second part of the day today. So our temperatures right now are slowly warming up, but not a whole lot. We've been really hanging out in the 50s and 60s throughout most of today, and we'll only warm up a few more degrees by later on. More long term, we're looking at a warming trend into the weekend. Most of us expecting to see some 80s by Saturday and some upper 80s by Sunday. After that, we do level out a little bit more. Most of us going to be near normal through most of next week. So on our radar right now, you can see where the system is making its way in. This type of thing we like to call an MCV. It's basically a mesoscale convection, which basically just means all that weather is happening at the lower levels as opposed to a larger system on a synoptic scale. So kind of gets technical, but as that shifts over, what that means for us is that when we have that and it combines with a warm front that's pushing up from the south, those two things together will likely trigger off some severe weather. The question really is, where is that severe weather going to be triggered? And through our region right now, we're seeing just a few showers, our atmosphere kind of holding steady and not really creating any precipitation quite yet, but that will be something that does change. Again, we do have a flood watch that's in effect for a couple of our counties, mainly going to be closer towards central Wisconsin, but that general area saw a lot of water already. You will be seeing a lot more of it, so likely could be seeing some issues with flooding. Again, the severe weather outlook has extended too. This is in that slight risk, that yellow, or a 2 out of 5 on that scale. So let's track all of this out. On our pinpoint predictor, you can see just a handful handful of showers could develop up north, but I'm really not anticipating a whole lot of it since we haven't really seen much development yet. Into our more southern counties, we'll start to see some of these scattered showers and storms. This is potentially when we could be looking at a few strong to severe storms. And then as we get closer to dinner time, this is when this more organized line of storms and showers pushes through. Again, we're mainly going to be focused on this kind of southwestern corner of our viewing area as far as flooding potential and for that severe weather potential. I have seen some talks of a severe thunderstorm watch being issued. I'm not sure exactly which counties will be included, but my guess is it'll be pretty similar to where that flood watch is included. So as we go through the night, we'll see that push out. Most of us going to be mostly in the clear by early tomorrow morning, but we'll likely still see a few showers linger into our Friday. Before we get there though, today our highs are not going to be much warmer than where we are right now. Tonight we do have that potential of a few strong to severe storms. And then into Saturday and Sunday, more sunshine, and our next rain chance going to be Sunday into Monday.
First Alert Weather with meteorologist Emily Merz is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. For the most durable custom crafted replacement windows, go now to WBAY.com.